Okay, so first and foremost, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany. Sorry for the wrinkly background. It should be fixed by the next video, but my normal white background is in the washer right now, so we're gonna go with the gray. I'm like digging it. Besides the wrinkles, I'm really digging it. I like how it looks. Another thing, I promise that these braids are indeed coming out soon. Actually, they're probably gonna come out. I'm taking them out right after this video. I've stretched this hairstyle for as long as I could, but I did slick down my edges for this video this time, so y'all didn't have to look at the ratchetness. That was my last video, which, by the way, at the time of recording this, that video hasn't gone up. It'll go up in 6 or 7 days, so I'm not sure about your guys' reaction to it, but I hope that it is good, I guess. I hope I've titled this video accurately. Today I'm gonna be getting into the essence of me and my apparently mannish dating style or relationship style or whatever. Let's get right into it. No preamble. Like I've been talking for quite a minute, so let's get straight to business. I'm gonna do my eyebrows first this time because I keep forgetting to do that. So to get the discussion started, I just got back from a work trip. I was gone for 14 days exactly. I'm still a relatively new employee, so I don't really know my coworkers. I don't really talk to them like that. I'm the type of person, I go do my work, I schmooze a little bit, and then I take my happy behind home. Okay? On any kind of trip with anybody, you can't help but get closer, you know what I mean? So of course on that trip I got closer to some people, opened up a little bit more. We got to learn about each other and whatnot. One person in particular was this guy who's not significantly older than me, but he has more life experience, a lot more life experience, married, kids, and the whole thing. And I don't even remember how we got on the topic of conversation, but we started talking about relationships and dating and whatnot. And I'm just innocently talking to him and telling him, my preferences and my relationship experiences, talking about my last relationship, which was a disaster. And I'll probably do a video about that later. These little tiny hairs. Oh, it's probably from my sweater, but yeah, he's a very nice guy, and he was like, wow, that you seem like you're the dude in the relationship. I was just like, how, sir? How? And he didn't mean it to be like disrespectful anyway, like, because I think I'm pretty feminine, you know what I mean? Like, at least in relationships, like in every other aspect of my life, I have to be headstrong, take charge, da 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 da. But when it comes to dating relationships, I like to fall back. I like to be very feminine, very, just chill and relaxed. Like the man take the lead. That's my personal preference, okay? So I was just like, well, what's that coming from? What do you mean I seem like the man in the relationship? He was like, because of what you just told me. You don't like, you like your personal space. You don't want to be bothered and da-da-da-da. And I was just like, that's normal stuff. That's like anybody wants their personal space. How does that make me mannish? You know what I mean? And he was like, it just seems like you're the type of person, I see you when I see you, and I don't want to see you when I don't want to see you. And I was like, that's not it at all. And I don't know, I just told him, like, in every relationship in my life, whether it be friend, family, dating, any relationship, like, no matter how much I rocks with you, no matter how much I like you, I don't want to be around you all the time, and I don't want you around me all the time. You know what I mean? Like, I need a lot of alone time. I need time to recuperate, to get myself together. And it has absolutely nothing to do with anybody. That's just me and my preference. So I have had a difficult time with people like understanding that without taking it personally. And in my last relationship, which is what we were like talking about, I told him that like that was one of the biggest issues that we had, is that he didn't understand that, I likes you, but I don't need you all up in my face all the time. I don't need you in my space all the time. I don't need you texting me all the time. Like, he was very, very clingy, and it really just made me super uncomfortable. Like, I was always just on edge around him because he's just always like, it got to the point where just his presence was enough to like irritate me. He always needed to be like in my space and touching me. And I mean, like, looking back, if I'm being honest, I definitely should have ended it earlier than I did. I was almost like, well, he treats me so well and he's a gentleman, I thought. I'd be stupid to let this go just because he's a little, touchy-feely and clingy and all that good stuff. So I tried to endure it. It's almost like, if anybody's ever watched The Office and the relationship between Gabe and Aaron, it was kind of like that. Like,
Oh. Hey, Aaron, everything okay? Get away from the car. He's gonna see you.
Who's gonna see us?
Just get in. Just get in.
Get in the car.
I'm sorry. What's wrong? I eat lunch in the car now. It's my alone time. It's just nice to have some time away from Gabe. Why don't you want to eat lunch with your boyfriend? I really don't like spending time with him.
I don't know. And like at first I was like, okay, you're a little clingy, but like I communicated that to him. I communicated, hey man, like I likes you, but you don't need to be in my face all the time. We're both busy. We both have very, you know, active careers. Let's stop this. And every single time he'd be like,
yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, I got it.
And then go right back to being super clingy. It got so bad that, you know how like on sites like Instagram and Facebook and things like that, they'll show if you're online? He was so aggravating. Like it was like I don't know what his deal was. Like in the beginning I was like, okay, you're clingy, but it's not too much. But then it like gradually progressed, which, you know, was my first red flag, and I should have realized it. But I was like, oh, he treats me so nice. Don't get hung up on the negatives, Tiffany.
I made a huge mistake.
But anyways, it got so bad that he would see that I was like on Facebook or Instagram, and he would message me and send me memes and things like that. Like, and I know like me just talking about it seems very like,
what's the big deal? He's just like communicating with his girlfriend.
But it was like every single time I was online, he would reach out to me on any platform that I was on. It was almost like it felt creepy after a while. Like, is this dude like watching my icon and waiting to see when I get online or something? Like, it got too much. I use social media mostly for memes, but every single time I would be online, like he would pop up and like send me a message. What are you doing? How is your day going? And I know like I know I sound harsh when I say this. Imagine that multiple times a day, every time you go on social media to try to just get a laugh or escape real quick. Like it was too much for me. It was just uncanny. Every single time I'd pop up on social media, he would get there. And so on every platform that I could, I turned that off. No one could see if I was online. And wouldn't you know, not as many messages. He still sent messages, but it was like, oh, I can finally enjoy social media in peace. I feel like I hope I'm making sense. It was just too much. Damn, this is so beat up. Dude was really working my nerves. And I guess that's why my coworker was like, you seem like the man in the relationship, because usually it's the dude that's like, oh my god, my girl's so clingy, and then like he would get upset that I wasn't clingy. His view on relationships was really like almost juvenile, and he was going off of like his friends' relationships. He literally told me, and it was just like so weird to me. He literally was like, oh, my friend's girl, she's really like clingy, she's really affectionate, she hugs him all the time, and and I was just like, I'm plenty affectionate, okay? But like, I'm not gonna put on a show for people. And I feel like that's the root cause of like why he was so annoying, is because like I feel like he wanted to put on a show for his friends and like complete strangers. He wanted me to be like all over him and like, oh my god, I love you so much, like all that nonsense. That's just not me. I'm cool with PDA and all that, but I'm not gonna put on a show to make you feel better, to make you feel like a man. Like, that's on you. And I'm telling y'all, like, this was a huge point of contention. And I when he was saying, oh yeah, she does this and this, and I was just like, that is not the way to like that's not the way you broach an issue with your girlfriend. That's just not the way to do it. And I was just like, because I guarantee if I went up to him like, yo, my friend's boy, like, he does all this stuff for her and you're not doing it for me, you know what I mean? Like, that's just disrespectful. There's a way to do things. That was also another issue in our relationship, is like he would always like, whenever we would have an argument or disagreement, instead of like talking it out like adults and things like that, like I would want to do, he would go and get flowers and like think that solved everything. And I already don't like flowers, something that like I told him in the very beginning. Like, I don't like flowers and I don't like balloons. Okay, it's useless, it's a waste of money. Don't ever buy me flowers or balloons. So that shows me, number one, you weren't listening to me. Number two, what I say like has no value to you. Ugh. Like, but he bought me so many flowers over the course of our relationship that like my like kind of ambivalence towards flowers, like I didn't hate him, didn't love him. I now hate flowers with a burning passion. Instead of like talking it out and trying to find a solution or a compromise.
I'm gonna go get her a flower. That'll fix everything.
But the thing that really threw me off, and this is when I really should have ended the relationship, I will take that. I really should have ended it right here. He was like, oh yeah, my friend's girl, she also calls him daddy.
She also calls him daddy.
Gross. Look, if that's what you do in your relationships, that's cool. Do you. I have a father. I have a dad. But whenever I hear the word daddy, my mind immediately goes to him and his face. Why would I call you that? I had to explain to this grown man why I'm not calling him daddy. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. He reluctantly was just like,
Oh, okay.
ugh. Actually, now that I'm talking about it, I guess I kind of was the guy in that relationship. The thing that really did us in was that I was just slowly losing respect for him. Like, I couldn't rely on him for anything. I couldn't rely on him to lead, but he would constantly complain to me that I didn't let him do anything, I didn't trust him to do anything, and it was like, I can't trust you to do anything because you've shown your ass several times. And I felt bad, like, that was a common theme in the relationship, is I constantly felt like, damn, like, am I the bad guy in this relationship? Like, he needs so much and I'm giving and giving. But once I got tired of giving, I was like, am I the bad person if I'm getting tired of like doing this? I couldn't lean on him or for anything. Like, I couldn't rely on him for anything. Like, he expected me to be his everything. But whenever I would come to him, like, for anything, like, not even like financially, because in our relationship I was making more money and I was more fiscally responsible. That wasn't anything to do with it before anybody tries to come for me. I never went to him for anything financially at all. I just need to make that very clear. But whenever I would go to him, like, I told this man, like my last video, I told him that in so much more detail. I told him the things that make me who I am as a person and da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't, like, it was never, like, he could never give me anything. Sorry, I look a little weird. It's really cold in here. But pretty much what I was trying to say is that I could never count on him for any kind of emotional support at all. Whenever he was going through any little crisis, I was expected to drop everything and like make him my priority. But whenever I was going through things, he could never be counted on. That's all I was trying to say. Okay, bye. He was never there for me nearly as much as I was for him, so that relationship was doomed to fail. Lately, I've been using my Tatcha water cream as a primer. It's kind of expensive, but it's, to me, with my oily skin, it's been like one of those products that's just like heaven sent for me. In that relationship, looking back and talking about it now, I guess I can understand why he thought I was more like the man in the relationship. I need to be in a relationship where I can just be feminine, you know what I mean? And I need someone who can lead with me. I just want to be with somebody who, shoot, if I don't feel like leading, I want to be able to trust, like, hey, I can give it over to someone else and they can take care of it and I don't have to worry about it. And I just haven't been able to find that. And I know it probably sounds like I'm a horrible person and why are you bad-mouthing him? Da, 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 da. If only you knew. And I know myself, and I know eventually I'll want to talk about it, but not today. Today, I am in good spirits, and I don't want to talk too in depth about that. Oh yeah, I didn't show y'all my foundation. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I'm done talking about that, dude. In general, though, I don't think I have managed tendencies. I think with my coworker, he's older and he's pretty old school. Like, I don't know. I think he, like a lot of guys, are used to the women being, you know, the, oh my god, very clingy, very, like, you know, affectionate and things like that. And especially like men of his generation. This is the other thing I want to talk about. Like, this video is probably gonna be super long and I put way too much bronzer on. I don't know why YouTube recommended this video to me. I don't go to YouTube for relationship advice or anything close to that. But you know how YouTube be sometimes. They just be recommending stuff to you. YouTube recommended me this channel and it was like, how to tap into your divine feminine energy to get a high quality man. Now, me being who I be, I was like, Sounds like bullcrap, but I'm gonna click and watch anyway. And it was. Now, before I go any further, I do want to say, I do know that it is a thing. Tapping into your divine feminine energy and da-da-da-da. I know that's a thing. But like most things in this world, a lot of people have taken that and co-opted it into change your personality to catch you a man. Because you don't want to die alone, right? This video in particular, that's all I got from it. And all this like outdated rhetoric garbage. Of course on YouTube, like once you watch one video about a topic, like it'll recommend a whole bunch of videos about that to you. And so I watched like 5-6 videos about this topic, and I was just like, it wasn't all like nonsense garbage. There were some like kernels of truth in there, but a lot of it just really seemed like act like something you're not to get you a high quality man. If you have to repress certain parts of yourself and your personality to catch a high quality man, is that really like advice you want to be taking? You're gonna have to keep that up throughout your relationship, God forbid marriage. Like, first of all, can we stop trying to act like everybody needs to be in a relationship? Like being single is this horrible thing and you're a pariah if you're not in a relationship, or if you're single for too long. Like, it's not a bad thing to be single, okay? Get right with yourself before you try to get right with somebody else. Like, come on now. And if you are vying for a relationship, you should get into a relationship because you have feelings for somebody and they like you for who you are. Out of the videos that I watched, there was one that like was like, okay, I get what you're saying. She was actually talking about the theories and the spirituality that comes with it. Dating and relationships, this is just my opinion, it shouldn't have to be this whole thing where you have to scheme and do all this stuff. Like, it should be very simple. Find someone that you're compatible with, that you like being around, that you can see yourself building a future with, going through things and making it out together, listening to each other, respecting each other, understanding one another. Like, it shouldn't have to be all this plotting and scheming, and I really don't like it. I have a huge problem with that. That can be a whole video in itself. I think today I'm gonna go with a green liner to just see what happens. I found myself in this predicament, like I have all of these colored eyeliners, but I never use them. So now I'm just like, I'm gonna put them to use. And they're the ColourPop BFF liners. And for whatever reason, I am so much more confident. I noticed this in my last video when I used a white eyeliner. I am so much more confident with the colored liners than I am the black liner. I think because like black, when it comes to makeup, gives me so much anxiety. Black eyeshadow, black lipstick, but I seem to be one and done when it comes to the colored eyeliner. I do not feel like putting on lashes, so I'm not going to. I'm just gonna curl these bad boys. So I'll do my lips real quick. Nothing fancy, just a nice little pink sparkly gloss. It's not really doing it for me. I think I need a hint of color. One of my lip tints on top just to give it something. That's better. I'm hungry. It's time to go eat something soon. Alright, and I think I'm done. I have this feeling. Setting spray. Let me use my little tiny Urban Decay all-nighter. I'm done. For real this time. I hope I was clear and concise. I'm trying to work on it because I figured out that I tend to jump topics often because like I keep going down different streams of consciousness. I'll have a thought about this and it leads me here. Then I think about this and it leads me there. So I'm trying to stay on topic, but I know I didn't. To wrap it up, I don't think I have mannish tendencies when it comes to dating. I think I just kind of need to find that right person. It's time for my braids to come out. This look is fantastic. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be in a relationship. It's okay to be whatever you want. As long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, just do your thing. Like, who the hell cares? But I just really want to talk about it because I thought it was funny when he said I had mannish tendencies. I am done with today's video. I think it turned out fantastic. I'm about to take a whole lot of pictures for Instagram. Which I need to get a lot better at posting on. I don't even remember the last time I posted, and that's terrible. So follow me if you want, maybe, perhaps. Think about it. I'll be there. Posting. I'm not gonna make any promises. Don't forget to go down below and leave me a like, comment, subscribe if you so choose, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.